everybody, welcome back to Chat and Chill podcast. Quarantine sessions out here. Still giving you guys content during these quarantine times.
Still here, man. Consistency is key.
This guy's ruined my intro.
Consistency is key. Shut up, man.
Ruined it again. Fam, I haven't finished the intro, man.
That's what I'm here to do, man. Disrupt the whole thing, bro.
I'm your host, Firahs.
Yeah.
Joe MK in the building.
And now Joe can start talking rubbish.
Obviously, today's background is Shoreditch, you know.
Shoreditch inspired.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so. Yeah, man.
Shout out to the man in the streets and there.
Jeez. Yeah,
man. But I guess we'll start with we've got a special guest in the building today. Oh, well, it's not really the building. Special guest in the quarantine sessions. Man like Kate Asher in the building, you know what I'm saying? Family.
Hawaii.
Yeah, me. Whoa, yes, man.
I like though.
Yeah, man, catch the maid, man, big time.
Hey, that was so late. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, Kate Asher, man, how you been during this quarantine, man? How you been
That's so late.
He really is late.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Chilling at home and thing, you know.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I don't even know what to do, but that is funny. I can't even. But anyways, Cash, man. So what you been saying? Like, how you been holding up during this quarantine, man? Like, how's it for you? Because I know you're working and stuff like that as well. So, what's been going on for you?
Has he frozen on your screen?
I'm looking.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me again.
Yeah, I was saying, how's quarantine been for you? Because I know you've been working and stuff like that. So how you been getting on?
Yeah, so I've been getting on all right, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, going to work back and forth, you know. I do my 4 days on and 4 days off, you know. Yeah, man. And in the meantime, when I get my 4 days off, what I do, I just jump on the Mac, you know what I mean, and do some tracks, you get me? Yeah, man, that's what I do in the meantime when I have my days off.
What, did you cut out for you as well?
Yeah, I can't hear him as well.
Oh, mad. He might have to switch to that 4G too.
Didn't he say he has a Mac? Why is he not using it?
Yeah. You heard me?
Yeah.
Cut out midway.
Yeah. Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Wait, didn't you say you had a Mac?
Yeah, I have a Mac.
How you not using your laptop? Why are you using your phone?
Chrome. What you talking about Chrome? I use my Mac.
No, that's what I said. You should have downloaded Zoom on your Mac.
Oh, the Zoom and the Mac, I get you. But what happened is that my girl, she's using the living room. You get me? Yeah. So that's why I'm on my phone. You get me?
Okay. Oh, she's using it. Yeah. I hear that. But anyways, man, let's talk. Obviously, you're an artist. You're a musician. So, what made you like get into doing music? Like, why do you like music, bro?
Well, from a little boy back home, you know, in the Caribbean, you know, everything around us was music, you know. Like when they had carnival time in July, you know, and I used to hear like the beats and the sound and everything. Yeah, man, I used to love the sound of the beat and the way it come down, you get me? And the way everybody, the way it hit your soul, you get me? And I got that feeling from a young age as a little boy growing up. And I remember the first time, you know, I called my mother and I tell my mother, I say, Mom, come, let me play, let me hit some drum in my hand, you know?
Yeah.
And then once I'm hitting some drum in my hand, then I just run a few bars with my mouth, and then she liked it. And then from that time, I start saying to myself, boy, you know what I mean? You get me?
Yeah. No, I hear that still. So what?
But we could do that again. We could do that again.
No thing with the podcast.
That's a joke. So would you say that, like, music is like close to your family as well. And so obviously you grew up around music. Obviously the Caribbean is very known for their dance hall as well. It's without saying that that had like a strong impact on you as a musician as well.
Yeah, it had a strong impact on me, definitely. Yeah, dancehall, reggae, you know, I mean, soca music, because like I said, everything over there was like, it's all music, it's all having a good time, you know, and you know, the Caribbeans, we are known for like, you know, chilling out, you know, vibing, having a good time, you know what I mean? So good vibe, you know? Much of that good vibes, yeah, man. Yeah, like you said, daggering and all of that, you get me, you know what I mean? That's in Jamaica there. You know, we do the whining in St. Lucia and in Trinidad and all them other places in the Caribbean, you know? Yeah, man.
Nah, that's dope. So who inspires you to do music? Like, who's like your top 3 favorite artists? Would you say?
My top 3 favorite artists. First and foremost, me. You get me? Yeah, man. But I like Vibes Cartel, the way he jump on the tracks. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's one dude. Yeah, man.
Everybody loves a bit
and
of
I
vibes,
like
man.
Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I mean, I like Snoop Dogg, the way he, you know, very chill and he lay back, you know what I mean, when he vibes on the track, you know? Yeah, man. And obviously, like, when it comes to rap as well, you know, Tupac, and today's, you know, 2020, like, you know, in 2020 now, and like Kendrick Lamar, you know? Yeah, man, hard rap. Yeah, man.
I respect that still. Joe, what are you saying? You got nothing to say or something? You're just bare silent, fam.
I'm just making sure this thing's running, probably because it's cut my audio cuts out sometimes, isn't it? So, but no, yeah, because okay, so you know we know you personally, a relatively new artist. It's not like you know you haven't released much so far. Obviously we've heard your stuff in person. But what would you like to tell the people, you know, what you have planned for the future? Well, near future. Yeah. Closely, we know you, but what everyone else, you know, the people them. Yeah, what do you want to tell the people them about your plans? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what are our plans for the future, man? You know, in the end of the day, we're getting older and things. So, you know, like I want to do the music until, you know, I don't know more voice. You get me? You know, and then work on like when I know more voice and I'm still alive. Obviously, gonna put myself into like you know, renting out houses and everything. You know.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, I mean, them ones, you know, and do farming and everything, you know, the chill life, you know, the real sit back and chill, you know, when you're an old man.
Yeah, I mean, country life, man. I know what you're talking about, man.
That one. Yeah, country life.
Sharif,
you know?
Wasn't built for that still.
because in your
country. Listen, man, I'm from Sweden. What do you mean?
That ain't country.
Hey, I'm from Sweden.
From the village, bro.
Nah, man. First time you went UG, you were 20 something, bro. That doesn't count, bro.
So you can't even speak a language, bro. Why are you smiling?
I can.
The gas talk straight.
Man, hey, this guy is gassing it too much. But yeah, I hear that still.
But that's what it is, because like you're gonna do music until I love music, man. Music is my passion, man. That's what I love. You know, from a little boy growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to carry it on until I have no more voice, you know what I mean? And then, because in the end of the day, obviously we are doing it for the love of it, but in the same time, we need the money in the life, you know what I mean? In this life, it's hard. It's not easy, you know. So you have to do what you have to do, you know.
Yeah,
man. And when you get out there, and you know, when you make enough money and everything, and you feel like you have no more voice and everything, you had a plan on, you know.
Yeah, of course, man.
Retire.
Of course.
Nah, man, I think. Yeah, man. So in terms of obviously you are just jumping in on the music scene. Obviously, you're part of Welcome the Family. Which is a group started by these days, these nuts, these moments.
Family.
Are you looking to have any projects that you're planning on working on soon, or is there any EPs, mixtapes we can expect from you anytime soon, or are you going to be doing mainly work on the family stuff? Like what sort of projects are you looking at doing at the moment?
So the project we're doing at this moment is Welcome to the Family. And that's why I'm keeping my head on, you know what I mean? Because we're in this together and we got to make it together, you get me? So that's the project I'm on at this moment. Yeah, man. It's Welcome to the Family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
So no EPs
I'm on right now. Yeah, no EPs at the moment. It's just Welcome to the Family. Yeah, man. If we had to get out there, we had to do what we had to do, you know what I mean? You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah. Nah, I hear that still.
Then we're going to talk about EPs and everything else, you get me? Yeah.
I hear that. Okay, if you could pick, if there was any artist that you could work with, dead or alive, apart from the three that you picked, that you said that you're inspired by, so you can't say Tupac, you can't say Vibes, and you can't say Snoop. You already said those three earlier. Who would you want to work with? Yeah. 5 people, dead or alive.
What I want to work with?
Yeah, for music. Who do you want to feature?
Boy, that's a big one there, boy. That's a big one there, man.
Yeah, man. I took away his 3 favorites quick. That would have been too easy, because technically I would have known the answer, innit? So I was like, nah, I didn't want to. It can even be friends, family, anything.
Yeah, man. On a real level, I would love to work with boy, real talk, Bob Marley. But he's a legend. You go in far. You get me? So that's why I'm saying, like, you know, when I get to the age where I don't have no more voice, but I'm getting to that part where my voice is starting to. That's when you start going into the conscious music. You get me?
Yeah.
And I love to work with some, you know what I mean? So man, the mindset and everything start changing, you know, spiritual, you know what I mean? So that's where, that's the person I wanna, you get me? Yeah, man, I would love to, man. Bobs, you know what I mean?
What other 4? Any other 4?
Eh? Tell me. Didn't hear you.
Oh, and the other 4?
Want to pick another 4 too?
Yeah, I said 5 people.
5 people, you know. I was one person, you know.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
No Lucky Dube.
Who the fuck's that? Oh,
Lucky Dube.
Yeah.
Lucky Dube. You know
who?
Walla.
Yeah, but you're just thinking hella reggae.
Yeah, man. A whole heap of reggae.
Yeah.
Whoa,
what? Of course.
Reggae artist first.
Oh, what? Then Gigs or Wiley, yeah?
Nate Dogg. I like Nate Dogg, but I love his flow, man. The way he swing on those tracks, man, it's really good, man.
Nate Dogg. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Trust me. And like you said, Lucky Dube, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
man.
Therefore.
Yeah, that's 4, innit? Okay.
For
That's
sure.
5. That's a sick list, too. That's a sick list. Hey, Joe, if you could collaborate with any producers, dead or alive, who you fucking with?
5. Jay Dilla.
I don't even know if you know 5. I'm guessing you would.
Jay Dilla.
Who, me?
Kanye.
Oh, Joe.
3 others. Taku.
Okay.
Nujabees.
Okay.
And who would take the final spot?
Well, I'm surprised you haven't said any of the new niggas like London on the Track, Master on the Beat.
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin, yeah. Okay,
Metro Boomin, yeah.
He's hard.
London on the Track, London on the Track.
Hey, your list was a bit unexpected still.
Come on, man. Bro. You had to catch me out, innit? You had me to. I know how you roll, man. Come on, man.
I thought you didn't even know 5 producers.
Stay ready, fam. Stay ready. I mean, I would have said DJ Khaled.
Yeah, but he's not a producer, though. He's a DJ.
Yeah, man is a DJ.
Yeah, because he's a different type of producer. He's not hands-on. He's not hands-on.
He executive produces his projects.
Yeah, he brings people together. Yeah, so that's what I was like.
He just pays people to be on his beats. Basically, what he does is he finds a guy.
Yeah.
That can make beats. He then sits there with him, makes the beats, and then goes, "Yo, Drake was on fire on this." He calls Drake and he goes, "Yo, let me get Chris Breezy and Justin Bieber."
Put them together, yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'd love to get to that point, but I don't have the connections to be doing that, you know. So I gotta do everything hands on.
The connection will come nice, man. What you never know, man. It might just come through, man.
I'm trying to do that with my mad features every time, you know. It just doesn't really work out that well.
Yeah, say no more.
I guess I gotta do some 5 features. 5 people I would work with dead or alive. Yeah, Michael Jackson would definitely be number 1.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Michael.
That's my favorite artist of all time. If I could even if Michael Jackson gave me that, I'm gassed. So I don't even need a verse, bro. I don't even need a verse. I just need a and I'm good to go. But
you can find a sample of that. You know, obviously getting clearance for the sample would be a bit of a.
That's Sony, you know. They're not giving it to you, bro.
Michael Jackson, man.
Michael Jackson. 71.
Yep.
Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
Yeah, Biggie, yeah.
I'll say Biggie. I'll say the whole time Amanda on this one. What other 3? Who else would I work with? I don't even know you. That's
not even Fresh Prince.
But Will Smith. I was gonna say his name, but not for music. Nah. Not for music. That has to be acting still.
Right, of course I know.
So MJ, Biggie,
Wiley,
Chris Brown. Don't ever say Wiley again.
Wiley.
I said Chris Brown. I would like to work with Linkin Park.
Blazing Squad.
Linkin Park, and then the 5th one. I'll do a current one for the 5th one.
So solid.
They're not current. My current feature would be My current feature would be current feature would be
what, current UK or States?
Just current in general. If I was to pick if I was to ever work with a UK artist, it'll probably be Dave. 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 I like Dave. Chip. I'll pick Chip in my top 5. I'd rather work with Chip than Dave. That's my top 5, because Chip is my favorite UK artist.
Okay.
That's easy. Not been lyrically I think as a lyrically, he's definitely one of the best in the UK. There's not many people lyrically that can handle him. The only problem I have with Chip is his features are better than his own music sometimes. Which is, depends how you take that. And then when he beefs, he sounds really good. He doesn't really sound like that in his music. So I don't know whether he's only really up to really writing bars when he's challenged or when he's on a track with a lot of other rappers. Because that's when I feel like he comes out and drops the bars. But when it's like his own tune, I think it's too relaxed. You get me? He doesn't really have to sound really good. And it's obviously going to sound regardless, isn't it? So I think he doesn't really try too hard, innit? But Chaos, man, obviously, we're in a UK scene. Do you listen to UK music?
Yeah, man, I listen to music. Yeah, definitely. And the new ones coming up, you know. Yeah, man, I listen to a couple, you know, like you said, Chipmunk and all of them, you know. Yeah, man. Who else? What you name? Wiley, you know.
Jeez.
Yeah, man, them ones.
Let's say that shit.
I'm trying to remember, man. I'm trying to remember the names, man.
No. I just don't rate Wiley for it.
I remember the names, man.
Man. I say we go into some topics. Obviously, before we go into some topics,
Go on.
Asher, man, talk to us about TikTok. You got a new single out right now, TikTok. Take time, welcome the family out right now. Link in the description. Go grab that. Talk to us about TikTok, man, because TikTok is a big tune. Talk to us about how that happened, because for once I wasn't actually there to see it. I wasn't even part of the process for this one. So talk to us about how that song came about, man.
I don't know where you was at this moment, but boy, when it came out, boy, it was mad, you know. But listen, so what happened? I think Raz and I went at Raz's place, and you know, like we do the normal thing, we go in for the beats, right?
Yeah.
And then we just found out one beat, and then when we heard that beat came down, I was like, yo, Raz, that's a mad one, you know, man. That's a mad one. And then he was like, yo, let's try a thing. So what happened? Put the instrumental in and everything. Put the mic on my ears. And I say, well, road man are there. Gee, where the bad girl there? Yo, Raz was like, yo, yeah, that's mad. Yeah, that's the one right there, man. Then we just carry on from there, you get me?
Yeah.
We just carry on from there, and yeah, man, and we just carry on, you get me? TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how we mash it up, you know? Yeah, man, and the edit track, Take Time, that was with Raz and Shy. You get me?
Yeah.
So Shy can definitely give you more info about that, you know what I mean? And then I put my part in, you know? So I was home and I had to write the whole bars and everything, and then boom.
Oh, you wrote the bars at home. Okay. Yeah. Nah, man, because I think TikTok is a big tune. It just needs to be executed the correct way, especially with this whole TikTok shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely to make sure you grab the PRS for that as well, so that then you can actually make some money from it on TikTok and that. But yeah, that's another conversation for another day. But let's go into some topics, man. Also, make sure you guys do check out Welcome to Family, Take Time, and TikTok featuring these days Shy and Asha. Will be links in the description below if you're on YouTube, by the way, because Joe doesn't edit the stream shit. So you man just
here we go.
You don't know facts. He ain't even uploaded the last podcast anyway, so But anyway, so the first topic of today we're going to talk about is Tory Lanez, the first artist ever to have a concert live on YouTube. Now he did a YouTube show, concert show, YouTube live show. I don't even know what you're going to call this now. But he did a YouTube concert live quarantine show 4 days ago.
Yeah, quarantine show.
He had a maximum, I think, of over 50,000 people at his peak in the live stream. I know he ended with 50,000, but it was going up and down a bit.
Okay.
So he basically sold out a whole stadium, by not even linking anyone and making you man travel. Worldwide, people was tuning in. He was also raising money for charity as well, to help with the lockdown and the testing and the COVID-19 situation. So obviously, all the donations that were made that day went to charity, which is obviously a good cause for him. So technically, he did it for free.
Yeah.
Being obviously after the success of the Fortnite thing.
Yep.
And now we got the new success, should I say, of the YouTube live concert thing.
Yep.
Do you think? I'll throw for you guys this. Do you guys think after the lockdown? That we'll still have live shows? Do you think artists will be like, look, why would I go to London when I can just do the show in my yard, or hire out a concert facility like Tory Lanez did, and be like, yo, listen, pay for subscription and watch me live? Because that's the next move now, really. Pay for subscription. You can open up a YouTube channel, like they did with the KSI Logan Paul fight, joint. You pay like a little £5-10. You sit at home and you vibes.
Because the whole idea about
exactly, because
concerts
know what I
go on.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
The man wanted to bring that out quick.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
Who, me?
All right, go. Because
everyone's just saying go on, isn't it?
It's just because of the connection. Because of the connection. Hold on. Let me go.
Go.
You know what I think is that with the coronavirus thing going on, right? After all of this, when everything starts to get a little bit better or whatever, what's going to happen? Like when you think about hotels, right? Like people not going to be going to the hotel desk and saying, hi, hello, can I book in this and that? Like I think what's going to happen, like things going to be more or less online. You get me? So when you're talking about Tory Lee and the other artists, maybe that's how it's going to be for the next, like, this is the future. Everything going to be technology. You get me? So it's like people are going to start doing shows. You know what I mean? Like, as you see us there right now, that's how it's going to be. You get me? And everything going to be digital. And that's where it's going. That's what I'm seeing right now, you know, because technology now is just getting higher and higher and higher, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. That's the world we're living in today, you know what I mean? 2020 now, 2021 coming.
Yeah. How do you feel, Joe? How do you feel?
It will gain some more popularity, but would it replace physical concerts? I don't think so, because the mass appeal of going to a concert
not,
is you're like physically connecting with the people there and the actual atmosphere. It's just like you could also say the same thing about tourism as well. I could travel the world using No, what are you talking about? No, you didn't even let me finish my thing. No. I ain't even trying to hit. No, let me finish my thing first.
You're right.
Because the whole idea about tourism is that you're in the place physically. You can interact with everything like physically. If I wanted to, I could just travel the world, just looking at videos and photos and Google Maps and whatever. But I would like to actually be there physically. Plus, you also have the added Instagram, social media sharing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's statistics that show that people travel more and go to live events more because of, you know, they want to share stuff on their profile. So it's like,
Yeah, but you're looking at it from the fan base point of view. I'm talking from a business point of view.
Okay, even business. No. Even the business.
You was finished.
No,
but you was finished.
Okay, so now you've added the business aspect too.
Yeah. Because what I was gonna say is fine.
Okay, so with Tory Lanez, with Tory Lanez, he's done one concert, right?
One stadium.
What? Yeah, one stadium.
He sold out almost. That's almost 4 arenas. 10,000 seats. He doesn't even do 10,000 seaters. So think about it like this. He did a 50,000 on YouTube.
Yeah.
The guy's never even sold out an arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 4 shows in one. That's 4 shows in one. That he basically did 4 shows in one.
So is he gonna be able to repeat that again? So say for the money that's generated in a world tour, can you replicate that online? Yes or no?
If he doesn't keep the so basically if he doesn't keep the video after it's done,
yes,
then he can actually redo the show. However, if he does one show and then keeps it on YouTube, you can't do the show again because you can just rewatch it.
Okay.
So to answer your question,
yes,
and also you're talking about can you make the same money? He can get more sponsors online than he would on a live concert because on live concert, the sponsors are very minimal. Because all you really do is have the shop, the little shop on the side that no one really cares about. Let's be real. He buys a tour T-shirt, and then you got
buy tour T-shirts actually. You'd be surprised.
Alright, cool, yeah, but out of like the 10,000 people that shows up, maybe 2,000, 3,000 are copying shit. The other 7,000 Let's just talk facts, bro, because we know how it works. Unless the only reason people buy merch as well is for the album. It's cheaper to get that. If you get the merch, you get the album for free. So if they're doing the bundle deal, yeah, people are copying it for the bundle. Nobody cares about the merch. Let's just be real. And if you're actually gonna do like the sponsorships and shit, you don't see the sponsorships in the concert. They don't have like let's have a little advert here. You can do that on online though. Yeah, you can have an ad break, bro. 50,000 people can see that Nike advert spin, fam. You get me? It's facts,
spin, you know.
Yeah, but you can have that Nike advert spinning, and also I would say, because even if people say, "Oh yeah," but people screen record their show, people screen record. There's people that shoot the whole concert and post it on their YouTube, anyways.
Yeah.
Even when they do go live or not. Even if they go live or not. Even if it's, what I'm saying. So regardless of whether he can replicate the show again and again and again,
yep.
They can go on tour and replicate it, so he can do that on YouTube as long as he doesn't save it. Because either way, people are still gonna screen record and copy paste it and whatever, anyways. But can he make the same money? It really depends. How much is, because obviously with tours they can charge a variation of prices.
Yep.
Based on the experience. Obviously, you got VIP.
Yep.
You got better seating. You got shit seating. You got standing, etc. You can't do that on the internet. Everybody has a fixed price. So the only way they can make extra money is through sponsorships and through actually having ads.
Yep.
Which is the only way you can even try to compete with the checks.
Yep.
You also got to remember, depending on the artist, some are paid upwards to £1 million per show, some are on 10 to 20k per show. So if you're looking at somebody like a Drake, all the top tier acts, Drake, Ed Sheeran, Adele, whatever, I would think they could replicate a world tour type fee online, but that's only because of who they are.
Yeah.
Could I see someone like a 6ix9ine do that? Nah. I think 6ix9ine needs to be on the road. Well, 6ix9ine is different.
I think it's a certain energy. It's certain energy the guys, must have, and apparently what happened, the other rappers, they don't have it. And to really have it, you know what I mean? So that's what make him,
Yeah. I also think, because we were talking about rap,
you know what I mean?
Rappers on stage.
Execute it online.
Yeah. I mean, rappers in general are quite boring performers.
You still there?
No, I'm waiting for Chaos. Was saying something.
No, did you cut
out? I'll just carry on then. Rappers on stage are technically boring performers historically. They don't really do much. So when he was saying the energy you bring, I agree with that actually, because I don't really think that a lot of people
can
really care to see Rick Ross on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really many people. Like, obviously with the Chris Browns, the Tory Lanez, Tory Lanez was lit because they move around, they dance around. Rappers kind of like they need. But that's why a lot of these acts have very good supporting artists. A lot of rappers will have like a Chris Brown and Jeremiah on their tour for the hype. It's probably why they're always on everybody's album, isn't it? Because they need that one song where a couple of niggas can come out and dance, to be fair. But Asher, man, you back. What was he saying, Asher, anyways?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like what I was saying is that to really like he have a certain energy. Okay, we all in quarantine right now. Everybody home. You get me? And the guy came up with an idea, and the guy said, you know what, man, let me do some shows online. Let me do it on Instagram. And he dropped his energy, everything, and people, obviously, they're seeing him. He's coming on live, you know what I mean? So everybody there, everybody want to, check it out and shit, you get me? So obviously views coming up, this and that, and he's selling out certain things. And, so what I'm trying to say is that, can he do the same thing when quarantine and all are over? Can he do it on shows live? You get me?
What you mean? Can he do the concert or quarantine radio?
Yeah, the quarantine radio. But obviously, he could do the quarantine radio live. But can he do the same? Can he come in with the same energy live? You get me? Because not every rapper have that same energy.
I think so more because a lot of it is feeding off of the crowd's energy. I mean, I would never know how it feels to have a whole stadium singing your song back to you whilst you're on stage, or seeing all the lights waving side to side
flipping in your eye and everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. I still I'm still on the side of it can't really eradicate live shows, like physical live shows, because you can't replace human interaction. You just can't.
But don't you think platforms like YouTube and Facebook
They will gain popularity
will
for
start
sure,
pay? But don't you think they will pay artists to do an exclusive show live on YouTube or exclusive show live on Facebook?
Maybe that might be a thing.
Maybe it might, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see for that.
Because obviously touring is always gonna be there. Touring will never stop, regardless. Because you know, that's what people make music for, to hear the fans scream their music back. So I wasn't saying that it was gonna end. I was just wondering if people would travel less, because now that they don't have to. So like, you get artists that'll be like, yo man, I've been touring for like six months to a year. They get hella depressed. Justin Bieber, most notably, he took 2 years off because he couldn't handle it. The geezer couldn't handle it. He was fucking fucked off his face. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was puking after shows. He couldn't handle it, fam.
Okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Won't people just be like, you know what, fuck it, let's do a 1 month tour and I'll do a couple online shit.
I think that makes sense. I think that's
that makes sense. Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm saying. New generation, new vibes. You know.
Yeah.
A whole new thing.
And I mean, to be fair though, you got to salute to the YouTubers for even making this a thing, because without YouTube, I'll even put Twitch in there.
Yep.
I don't even think people would even thought about streaming live on a YouTube thing, or quarantine radio. I wouldn't even think quarantine radio would have been a thing without us having content creators that really put the mandem on. To be real, paved the way. I mean, KSI, as much as I hate using, he's not a rapper. That's why I don't like using K. I mean, are we gonna call him an artist? We can debate that on another episode. But like, KSI went and had the biggest sports event of almost all time, single-handedly, without being a top boxer. He had real boxing champions on an undercard. Disrespect. Undercard. Like, niggas having the belt, world champion, holding the belt. They're fighting under a guy that's having his first professional fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Kayasha, for somebody like you, obviously the type of music you make is very much for the ladies. Would you want to do online shows, or would you rather be on stage?
I'd rather be on stage. Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'd rather do both.
Yeah.
If I can do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. I'm in to do anything.
Yeah, I heard her.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. So say no more. After quarantine, then I guess we'll find out how many live shows there are on the internet.
Yeah.
Let's go into the next story now. Sid just telling me he's on the way home, so I guess you have to join us for the next topic. But McDonald's revealed that they're gonna open up their restaurant.
Yeah, they're gonna open up
stores in London. Which I think is interesting. They're facing a lot of backlash as well. A lot of people saying, "Oh my God, can't believe you're opening up. You man aren't safe." Blah blah blah. You know, people be crying.
Really, that's what people are saying.
Yeah,
they're gonna open next month.
Yeah. I'll read you through some of the areas. I'm really upset of Croydon on here. Chelmsford, Riverside. So it's Chelmsford, Riverside and Westway, Ipswich, Cardinal Park, Bornholm, Luton. Charlton Lane, Luton, George Street. Wow, why is the whole Luton popping like that? Watford, Hertfordshire Arm, Beechings Way, Gillingham, Ball, Sittingbourne, Tooting. Oh, okay, I can order them. They're in Tooting, yeah. Dorset.
Yeah, you're not easy, man. You're not easy.
Now I should have ordered the food card. Dorset.
Order, boy. You're ready.
Welling or Harrow, yeah. Those are the areas that will reopen. Now, a lot of people are angry, especially the McDonald's workers. I can understand why. They want to get that free money from the government.
Yeah.
But
they want to get that free money.
Yeah, with McDonald's, opening for delivery now because they were doing deliveries anyway, so that's nothing new.
Yep.
Do you think more restaurants forget fast food?
Mm.
Do you think places that don't normally deliver will now look at this move and think, we need to just do delivery? Let's just make a Deliveroo contract, a Just Eat contract, a Uber Eats contract, whoever does deliveries, and say, boom, fuck it. We're going to open and we're going to sell food. You man come buy from us if you want it ordered and we'll deliver it to your door.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Do you think,
Definitely.
You think they would do that?
Definitely. That's what I'm telling you. That's a new thing now. People are gonna stay home order. You know what I mean? Instead of going out there, you know what I mean? You know, instead of going to a hotel, you know, like they're gonna stay home and do the booking and everything at home.
Yeah.
You know, everything's gonna be technology now. That's the new generation, man. New life, man.
What do you think do you think this is a good move? I mean, how do you think this will impact other restaurants that are currently thriving? I'm talking about like the mall leases, because honestly, places like Nando's start opening and do deliveries.
Yep.
People still gonna go Roosters? Debatable, because people prefer Nando's. People only go Roosters for the convenience that they can stay at home. Now, if Nando's saying, "Yo, this is core."
If they're really paying attention to their taste buds, then you know they'll stick to what they actually like.
Yeah, most people just go by the name though. It's 2020, you know, flexing, isn't it? Unfortunately.
2020.
Or even if you look at I don't know, like you can look at all different types of strains. If you're looking at Indian, if a big man, I can't name you a big Indian restaurant. But if you look at most Indian restaurants that are on delivery, they're not like the main ones that you will go to, like a Wasabi or one of them like names, innit? These restaurants say, boom, we're now doing deliveries. What the smaller businesses kind of take L's at this point, do you guys think? Because they're thriving right now, but they will start making huge losses, especially if all the bigger, better, historically better companies starts coming along. I mean, I can't really see like I don't know, what am I saying? Like a Favorites, really holding it down now, because places like Favorites or foods that aren't really big like a Morley's, they're only convenient if you walk past them. Most people, like, I would rather go Morley's, but Favorites is closer. But now that it's quarantine, Morley's has been getting all my money. I ain't even looked at Favorites since bloody February. I can't even remember the last time I went. So now, if now more restaurants decide to open up, that you would rather go to like a Nando's, I don't know, like a Five Guys, all of these restaurants that don't really do delivery. Like even Five Guys will kill a lot of these smaller chicken shops because they technically have been holding it down for burgers. There ain't really been a lot of burger joints. What do you think the impact will have in terms of little companies and shit like that?
At that point, it would expose the need for people to focus on their branding, really, because the only reason why you remember all of these other companies is because of their branding. I mean, in terms of
but it's also their prestigeness, though, isn't it? Because
that's also comes down to branding as well. They've positioned themselves to where you would associate them with a certain level of, well, I wouldn't even say class, but a certain level of quality. Then you're like, okay, cool. I recognize that name. Whatever, I'll get my food from there instead if it's available.
I think all of them will just try to stick with that ordering, try and keep up to date with other big companies out there, But it'll be a bit hard for them, but it depends how long they can go for, because small businesses are closing down.
A lot of businesses are still closing down. Even if you go away from food, you got hair salons, you got barbershops. You got clothing brands. They ain't really making money right now, if any. I know a few barbers are still like going to people's houses and
Yeah.
you know they're trying to do
Or
their thing.
or driving around. They're driving around to people's houses. They have they have a van or something, and they go in there and they. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, man.
Definitely.
Definitely different.
Just really, just, you know, from time to time the market changes and you either adapt or you don't survive. That's really it.
Yeah.
Just like the transition to online before. Blockbuster didn't adapt, they died. Toys R Us didn't adapt, they died. Maplin didn't adapt, they died. You know what I mean? So it's just a game of adaptation, you know what I mean? At the end of the day. Just how it goes down, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just how it goes down, man. Fortunately.
Every year is a new year.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man.
Now, shout out to McDonald's. Don't know why I'm shouting you, man, out, but shout out Mackie D's. For coming back.
Anyways.
Oh man, I don't know, man. You put me on that chili nugget thing. Oh.
Yeah, that was a limited edition thing, though.
No, it's not even that.
KFC doing the same thing too.
See, I'm not really a KFC man. You know, I don't care about KFC.
KFC's too expensive, man.
It's even too expensive. It's not even worth what you pay for.
Depends.
Man, just go to the States. Go anywhere around the world and buy Mackie D's, but don't buy it in England, man. England KFC is whack. If you go overseas, it tastes mad good. I don't know what it is.
I'm still yet to eat KFC in the States.
Yeah, but why would you though when you got In and Out? Nobody even goes KFC in the States.
That's facts. Yeah, because I got a Popeyes around the corner, so.
You got Popeyes, you got In and Out. There you go.
Yeah, Domino's Pizza, all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm not really a pizza guy either, you know.
You're not a pizza guy, fam.
I only buy pizza if I'm forced.
Really? Oh, you're whack, bro.
Well, Burger King.
Yeah.
I prefer Burger King to McDonald's, but I would rather spend. But I spend more money on McDonald's because it's cheaper. But to be fair, I only go to these places when I'm drunk. I don't like McDonald's. It's 3 a.m. on the way home. I don't buy McDonald's at 2.
Yeah, it's on like every corner.
I don't really go back. I don't go to McDonald's, but when I do go, it's late at night.
I never pay full price for McDonald's. Never. The only time I go is to get is when I have them vouchers, them newspaper vouchers for meals, isn't it?
The $1.99.
Yeah, I never. What? How, I don't even know how much it is for a Big Mac meal full price, bro.
I don't even get that.
Like £5? Nah, like.
No, it's like £3. I don't even get that anyways. I get like double cheeseburgers, mayo chickens, small fries. I spend less than like £3 in there, bro.
Yeah. But because the thing is, I banged those saver menu items so much. I just especially because I went to college. I went to college in Shoreditch, so when I would go back home, there's obviously the McDonald's at Liverpool Street. I'd bang that nearly every day. Saver menu items.
Yo, Mac man. You like your McDonald's?
Just didn't really like it anymore, man. Banged it out too much.
Anyway, you man got any topics or should I carry on?
Yeah, man, carry on, man. I know.
Huh?
The ball spin.
No, the audio cut out for a second. I'm back.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Anyways, Met Police arrest 45 suspected online pedophiles in first 4 weeks of lockdown and rescue nearly 100 children from sex abuse amid fears numbers will surge in coming months.
Crazy.
I think the interesting thing about this is people are at home.
Yep.
So the internet is flooding. Yeah. If it wasn't already flooded with the youngest, it's flooding with the youngest. Every game you can,
yeah.
Every kid's game you can think of right now is flooded. I don't even know any of these games. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't play any of these kids games that have. Yeah, or I don't know. Does Habbo Hotel still exist? Them things there, or RuneScape?
I don't think so.
I'm
No,
old school. I don't know.
RuneScape is
they
still
shut
up.
down. I don't know. Okay.
I don't think kids play RuneScape.
But let me read like a few of these lines so you can see some figures. Anyway, Metropolitan Police investigators have arrested 45 hours, which I said, and safeguarded nearly 100 children since the coronavirus lockdown. Officers from the Online Child Abuse and Exploitation Unit detained dozens of suspects of safeguarding 92 children in the first week. Law enforcement carried out 68 raids in the month from March the 23rd on an average launch. And on average, launched 10 new live investigations each week. The number of recorded crimes linked to child abuse has so far remained level with the months prior to lockdown, but the force says it expects numbers to rise in the coming months due to the lockdown and the usage of social media. I'm not even surprised by this. I'm actually surprised. Well, I'm surprised that it took this long for the story to come out, but I'm not surprised that it's actually happened. I think there's a lot of paedophilia. I think wasn't it just the other week we had a story where a guy that was looking after children, a nanny, was trying to have sex with one of the daughters that he was supposed to be looking after. So. I mean, what do you guys think about paedophilia? What's your views on paedophilia during lockdown, and how do you think you could even keep kids safe on the internet? If you have any ideas,
take it away from them.
That's a straight.
Take it away from them.
Right there.
Take it away from them, and the parents are to be there with the kids 24/7. You know what I mean? Because this flipping boy, hey, and this stop right there.
He was about to come like a parrot, really.
You know what I mean? Take away the computer, take away the phones. You know what I mean? All these, man. It's man. All the access to them pedophiles and shit. They are on these websites. They're looking out for those kids. You know what I mean? And they're there with the games and all that kind of crap. It's annoying, man. It's too much, man. It's not right, man. Take away them flipping things from the kids.
I think it's a case of educating the parents on how to safeguard kids online. Because I'll give you an example. So my little brother
keep talking. I'm coming straight back. I'm just going to the toilet. Keep talking.
Alright, cool. So my little brother and little sister, they've both got iPhones, but I have the master account to their phones, so I could. If needs be, I could intervene on the security side of things, and restrict them from certain things, or check up on their activities, their screen time, stuff like that. Really, it comes down to so in my personal experience, luckily for me, even though my mom was quite computer savvy, but she didn't really intervene in how I use the computer. Lucky for me, I learned how to use the computer quite well at a very early age, from like 5 onwards. So I sort of knew about the dangers online from very early. It really comes down to just educating both the kids and the parents. Even so, like, I even think of this I even thought of this like recently, like, okay, how am I gonna raise my kids? Well, if I get kids,
you will, man. Don't worry, man.
Listen, man, I'm trying to be Uncle Sharif, bro. You gotta get some kids, bro. Mine and your kids ain't making no babies, though. Just saying.
The thing is,
we gotta teach them from early. If I got any girls, you got any guys, be like, no, this ain't happening still. You can go somewhere else to get kids.
Yeah.
But
no, so it's like a case of where, I look at like different ways of how you can control different devices. Like even when when I'm out in the States with my dad and stuff, obviously he complains about little Junior always on the device and stuff, and I'm like, the stuff you complain about is very simple things you could eradicate if you actually use these security features on whatever.
Or spend more time with your kid.
Yeah. But they spend a lot
of time the reason, but
at the same time.
What you put a kid on the earth for, you know what I mean? To use Mac and all that kind of thing, and to be on the phone.
Oh, yeah. But of course, obviously
this isn't the 90s though. Kids don't want to roll with their parents. Not as much as we did.
I didn't roll with my parents.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we didn't have the internet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, like, but we can go outside. You know, your parents might follow you to the park, and you do your own thing. Or same thing about parents following you. But back in the day, our parents pretty much knew our brethren. Let's just talk facts. They knew who our friends were. They probably knew the parents too. In 2020, I can sit here and hand-heartedly tell you, my mum don't know any of my brother's brethren and my sister's brethren, bar like one or two who actually live.
Because you're communicating online 24/7. You get me? Because you know what if you go back, like me, when I was a young boy and thing, I didn't have phones and all that, right? So I used to like be outside with my guys, go on the beach and all that, you know, do things together, like play music and get some car, do some madness. You get me?
So beach, you know.
Like my mother, you know what I mean? So my mother would know all my friends, all the guys I'm talking to and all that kind of stuff, right? Now when you think of today, those kids today, you don't know who those kids talking to, because they'll have a little phone with them. You will know how you will check their phones, you will check what they're using or whatever, But when they go to school with their friends, what are they doing there with their friends? On the little phones and shit, you know what I mean? So there's so many different apps on those things, so you do not really, it's hard. It's hard, man. So I prefer back then, not today.
So who do we blame for
the government?
I mean, it's hard because you talk about pedophilia. A lot of these kids.
The government. I blame the government.
Yeah, but you can't do.
Because you want to blame 5G whilst you're at it too.
No, because if you blame the government, then you want them to take away freedom from the internet, essentially. Because if you want the government to always be checking our shit, what they do anyways, but essentially you're taking away our freedom of rights by having them even constantly knowing what's up on the internet. The only reason, more time they only really find out about pedophilia because the child either tells the parent or they link them or they get caught sending news or some shit. That's normally how they get locked down. Feds don't really go deep into the internet servers to find this done until there's a case reported.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you want the government to stop it, you're telling them to check on everything that we're all doing, which is kind of taking away our freedom. I mean, unless you want to get a VPN and all that shit, that's another conversation. But essentially, but not everyone knows that. So essentially, you're taking away our privacy.
But what I mean by that, set a certain age for kids to use like those phones and things. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying about the government. Because they could set those kind of rules. But they don't want to do that. Yeah, look. Like when you think about Instagram, watch this. Yeah. What's this girl name? This girl that's catch me outside.
There is an age group on Instagram though. Yeah.
But they can lie about it. What about this girl catch me outside? She's showing all of the body and all kind of thing, and all the men looking at her. Like, come on, when you think about those things,
that's
all
disgusting,
of that.
Man.
She's lying about the age. There you go, but they're lying about the age, and they're going on social media. And they're allowing it. Now, the government going to see it, the police going to see it, but they're allowing it to happen. You get me?
Yeah.
And that's why I say the government.
That's an Instagram problem, though. But I mean, the age group is like what, 12 plus? Isn't it even like
13 across the board.
You think about Instagram, even WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter. All those kind of apps. The kids can come up there and lie about the age, and boom, boom, boom. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's other apps that we do not even know. you know, the video apps and all kind of thing. You know, there's a lot, man. That's
Also,
why I'm saying government play a part in it as well.
I also think the problem with where the paedophilia gets a lot stronger as well is the people that get like bullied at school. They're used to internet because they have no friends.
Yeah, that's true as well.
True.
When they go that web and all kind of madness.
More time the people that are the ones being abused online or ending up meeting up with these people are in situations are people that actually have no friends and they search for it online. So they find somebody who treats them real nice and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's probably why they send in news because they think, oh, you know, he's my friend and he's asking for some pictures. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Unfortunately.
Because they don't have any friends at home apart from, well, not even their parents. I was going to say apart from maybe their mum and dad, but probably not even that because, you know, kids these days don't roll with their parents. So it's like, they're the ones who need the help more than I think anybody else, really. Because if you're the ones that feel alone and feel like you have nobody else to chat to, and you're resorting to the internet, that's a problem.
Yeah, man.
Because if you're not having a physical relationship and you're resorting to an online relationship, then there's something wrong there. But then but that goes down to parenting because parents should really know if their kids are happy or not. But is that easy? No. That comes down to teachers in schools sharing information to the parents, but do they really do that? Not really. They might say, oh, your kid's very quiet, but they might still think they have friends in other classes. You just wouldn't know. It's hard to tell. Just because you're not cool in your class to a teacher doesn't mean they're not cool with other people in other classes. You get me? So how can they just tell a parent if the kids are really struggling or not? So there's a lot of things. You've got parents, teachers, government, I don't know, if it's youth centers and the youth coaches, football coaches, whoever it is that sees these kids every day, communication within those groups are key for information so that then a parent can make the choice and decide what needs to be done to support their child.
Exactly,
but sometimes as well, if you're poor financially, that can be. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, if you're like poor financially as well, and you can't fit in terms of swag, then that's an issue that probably can't be fixed because if the problem becomes, if your mental health becomes financially, and your family just physically can't, you know, buy the latest trainers or, you know, even buy more school uniforms. Some people have to wear the same school uniform for the 5 days because the parents can't afford to buy another T-shirt. You get me? So.
Facts.
Yeah, it's being a child can be difficult, man.
What a kid see, what the kid want.
That can push them into an online relationship because then people can't know that they, I don't know, maybe stink or can't buy.
And that's not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural. It's not natural. So what do you think needs to be done for the internet then, you man? Right? Do you man think that they should? Because the funny thing is, you do have internet safety. You can set it up at home. Everybody knows that I have never put it on in my life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
As a parent, do you think? But nobody does it. Some people don't even know how to do it. People don't even know it exists, bro.
Just educate yourself, man.
Yeah, but it's not about if they don't know it's there. How do you educate yourself? Because people don't actually know there's internet safety. Obviously, in school, you know, because schools are very good at putting it on.
Yeah.
But at home. Yeah. I'm telling you, my mum would never. My mum wouldn't know. My mum probably didn't even know that exists now.
Yeah.
So how do you think we should get that information out to them? Because they don't know. You got to remember as well, your parents. A lot of these parents as well,
get the message out. Get the message out. Don't know who's responsible. Don't know who's responsible.
You're gonna spend money on a TV advert, yeah.
Well, if you're an antivirus company, you have the budget. So, you know.
Yeah, but it's not an antivirus company's job.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Who's
It's a government's job.
Why is it the government's job?
Because if they're the ones that want to stop paedophilia crime becoming a thing, because remember it's the police that investigates, so they don't want to spend money on investigation.
Yeah, man.
They need to put it in place
they run
so that parents know how to do internet safety. I don't think it's that any businesses think they just want to make money. I think in terms of internet safety and knowing how to put it on,
Yep.
It's a government issue, not a business issue. Because at the end of the day, well, they don't have to tell you to do what you do. I mean, they give you a booklet on how it works, but do people read it? No. So the book, it probably says in the booklet you can put internet safe, but no one reads them. You don't buy antivirus and start reading a manual, right? No, you don't. If you do that, you're weird. And why are you purchasing the book? You buy it online. This in 04. We don't even purchase the antivirus boxes no more. Do we really?
No.
So, unless you don't read a manual, so you don't even get the manual no more. You just go on YouTube if you're struggling with something and just type in how to do X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Oh, in terms of pedophilia, I kind of want to also discuss how people portray themselves on the internet as well. Because we all know not all pedophilia comes from games and shit. This story was mainly surrounded by games and shit. But Instagram and stuff like that, you know, like what Asha was saying, girls might be 13,
Social,
14,
yeah.
posting naked
Back in the day, it
pictures
was chat rooms, yeah.
Are we going to blame kids' behavior on social media, or are we going to say, look, all you bikini Instagram models, it's all your fault that these kids think it's cool to post half naked pictures? Who is to blame? Because forget the government, the kids are posting content that they obviously have seen before.
Yes, monkey see.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what. You know,
the parents are never going to find this out because they don't even have the passwords to their phone. So before people start saying, let's blame the parent, yeah, we can blame the parents, yeah. But the parents aren't the ones telling them it's okay. So regardless if the parents gets mad, they're going to want to do it more anyways because they're pissed off with the mum. So if the mum goes, don't do that again, she's going to go, fuck it, I might as well just do it again. Because that's just how kids roll, isn't it? So are we actually going to start looking at people like Kim Kardashian? Remember, their audiences are predominantly young women, starting from 13, 14. These are their idols, Kylie Jenner's, all of these kind of, and even
I'll tell you what.
all of BBW chicks, all of these half-naked chicks. I know they're talking about body positivity and that. Yo, love your bodies, we fat. I love to be fat. But whose fault is it, fam? Who we blaming? The chicks, yeah?
Look, I'll tell you whose fault it is. You know whose fault it is? It's the kid. If the kid wants to go along that path, that's the road that kid wants to go on, you know. And hold on. And I tell you, listen.
I'm listening.
That's not good.
Man. I'm listening.
That's not good. Don't do this. I take your phone away from you, and then after a few days, you start to be good. You start to be all right, and then after that again, I give you your phone back, and then you start doing the same thing again, you know. And I take your phone. I monitor everything. I check everything. You know,
why would
what a parent's supposed to do properly. Because the kid gonna grow up, and if that's what the kid choose to do with he or she life, and then something happen, you know what I mean? Who's to be blamed? What, the parents? When you do the best that you can as a parent? You get me?
I feel like we have to blame the people that don't take care of their audiences, who don't seem to show their audience what's really real. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I mean, all of these kind of like naked girls that have 14-year-olds that love them. Like, see, porn stars. Yeah,
like they say,
their content is 18 plus. Yeah. Okay, some kids might follow them, but we know their audiences is predominantly adults. Yeah, they can do what the fuck they want to do. We're not like. I don't think a 10-year-old even cares who Mia Khalifa is. Let's just be real. But if you're talking about the Kim Kardashians, Kylie Jenners, whose audience is predominantly youngsters, kids. If you go have a Kim Kardashian shop opening in London right now, we're having secondary school kids pop and pull it. My mom ain't going to that shit. You get me? My little sister might go to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's who's pulling up. And they're the ones that's making it okay for them to think, oh yeah, I can post a bikini pic. Like, bro, listen, you'll see 14-year-olds in
that's
Spain
why the parent is there to tell them, no, it's not good.
Holiday, please.
I know.
I be for the grab sometimes. I see a thing, I click it, I see 40 of them.
But that's what I'm saying. But the parents gonna come and be like, yo, what are you doing?
You might not understand.
Don't do me like that, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but we can't blame you can't. Yeah, you can blame the parents. Yeah, you can definitely blame the parents. But it's like when Logan Paul posts the dead guy on YouTube.
Yep.
His audiences are 2 years old. Like it's like some of these people don't realize their audience.
Yeah.
Like you got if your audience is predominantly kids, your content needs to kind of replicate that. But they don't. They kind of have a kids audience with an adult mindset. That don't make sense.
But wait. Okay. Girl kid, yeah.
Yeah, let's take the girl.
Seeking Kardashian. Seeking Kardashian on TV. Yeah, on TV.
Yeah.
And in a little mind, she's thinking like, oh wow, I want to be like that. You know what I mean? And then the parent, like see the kid doing little things, and the parent go to the kid and tell the kid, look, that's not good. That's not the right way. You're supposed to do things like this, right?
Yeah.
So the kids start to grow up older, and the kids start getting into things like that, and then something happens. Now the parent done the job by telling the kid this is wrong. You shouldn't do that. It's not right. These things are not good. But the kid carry on, grow up, and then go do it them herself. And then something happened. Who's to be blamed? You're gonna say Kim Kardashian. You're gonna say the parent. The kid took it upon her own to do it herself. So that's her business. That's her problem. You get me?
But if she's an adult, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I meant as a 13-year-old to think that posting half-naked pictures is cool. That's
yeah. You see that is not cool. Obviously. Now, if the parents tell the kid, no, don't do this. That's not right. This and that. You know what I mean? The kid carry on. You know what I mean? That means the parent didn't do their job when the kid was younger.
Yeah. Oh, that's the parents' fault though, because they should have.
Yeah, and that's the parents' fault.
If the parents know that the kids are doing it and they just let it slide.
Let it slide. Yeah.
Also,
that's the parents' fault.
In some cases, in some cases, they have been telling them that it's wrong, but they don't really provide an explanation. So, say for instance, like, think of a scenario where you've been in trouble with your parents before, and they've told you, or they've beaten your ass, or they've told you something was wrong, but you as a kid you always ask, oh, why? But they never tell you. So then you're like, nah, F this, I'm gonna carry on doing it. That's the sort of situations that some people.
You don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, them ones, big headed,
Yeah.
But we all like that. As boys as well, ego.
Yeah.
As
kids, you're curious. You wanna find out why things are the way they are, and if you don't get answers for them, you come to your own conclusions. Oh, I found it fun, and you told me it was wrong. I'm gonna carry on doing it because it's fun.
Yeah. But you see,
what are you telling me?
But you see them again.
Yeah.
But you see again. You see like a lion, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to get a lion. You want to look after a lion, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The lion grow up, right?
Yeah.
So the lion gonna test you. It's gonna try and bite you a little bit, scratch you a little bit. Now, if the lion realizes that you scared, the lion gonna attack you and eat you. But if you show the lion, look, listen, no, that working with me, and you get a lion a two slap, it's gonna relax itself. You get what I'm saying? Because you're showing the lion who is boss. You know what I mean? So it's same like a flipping kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most of the parents, they don't do that, because what it is that this English government say to the parents over here, don't beat your kid. And what that does, if a parent put their hand on the kid go back to the government and say, look, my mother and my father is beating me, my mother and my father is abusing me, and boom, and that's it.
Yeah.
You get me? Because back in Africa and in the Caribbean, if you tell your mother anything or whatever, you're gonna get a big slap. You get me? Over here, nah, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
You get me? And that's what's causing all those things that's going on in this country today, and maybe around America or wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The government play a big part. They have to fix up things.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah, I guess to conclude on this topic.
Yeah.
If you're a parent, look after your child online. If you're a paedophile, fuck off and go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, big time.
I don't know. Go find Jesus or somebody, man. Just go find somebody.
I know. Go put your head somewhere else. I know.
Alright. I guess we can go to the last. I mean, I do have 2 topics, but we can do one more if you want.
What It has to be fired, or what? What is it?
I mean, Virgin Atlantic were at 3,150 jobs and ceased operations at Gatwick Airport as it battles for survival amid coronavirus crisis.
Okay. What questions do you have for that? What do you want to discuss about that?
I mean, I know all airports are shut down, so yeah, pretty much every airport or company is going through issue. I'm surprised Virgin is though, considering they're more than just a Virgin airport. But they actually took away their planes from Gatwick Airport. That's quite different. We all know people have lost jobs.
Yes, of course.
We all know between 25 and under, it was 70% of people that lost jobs. So shout out to every man on job seekers out there. We see you. You man should all get paid. I think it's on Friday as well. So salute to all you man getting free money on Friday. Don't spend that £200 badly because you ain't getting not much. I've been there. Don't watch that. You can see an Info.chatchill. I know. Oh my days. Oh my. Listen, I'm not telling this whole story. What time? I got paid. Job seekers thing. I went on one night. 1 weekend. I accidentally dropped the whole thing. Oh, I think I came back with like £20 left. I don't know what I was doing, fam.
Oh, you're taking
It was one time though.
You know what I mean?
You're them guys.
I listened. That was a long. And that was
you're gonna start flying, man. You're gonna start flying. You're gonna start flying.
Yo, I think I was buying chicks drinks that night too. Yeah, idiot I was.
You're not easy, man. Sharif, man, you're not easy.
How can imagine my car being designated card holder of job seekers? That's literally it was that one night. It was an L that night.
Dead. All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. To be honest.
Holy. Okay.
Yeah. I wish I had Starling then, because then I would have looked at my phone every time I was tapping. I'd be like, oh yeah, let me not tap them more, innit? But I was just like, beep, 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 beep.
Tap.
But, obviously, with Virgin Atlantic getting rid of people, business, like, you know, we spoke earlier, Martina lost her job like a week ago when their company realized that they just can't. They can't cope. Do you think when the coronavirus ends, are we gonna be in like a even more crisis? Because
man,
talk about all the people that live in an apartments are getting away with not paying right now. Landlords are only gonna take this for so long. You know. I know people that live in council homes. Right now, they're not working. The council are holding it down. The government are only going to allow this for so long. So how long do you think it will be before people are going to be like, yo, where's my money, man? Like, you might need to start paying up. And then you got 70% of 25 and under. A lot of these people, you remember, that are probably at uni, private housing in uni. They're probably living 5 man up, struggling to even get the bills up if they're all not working. Uni fees can only do so much as well. The government doesn't pay you much anyways, and it's like, what, 200-300 a month? That's nothing. I just told you the story. That's one night in the club. So
facts.
What do you think is gonna happen when the lockdown gets over for all of these people losing jobs? But even at airports and shit, it's crazy.
I think it's 2 factors. One is how long everything is shut down for, and 2 is what's the consumer behavior after everything reopens. So, say for instance, lockdown lasts for another month or whatever, and when everything starts to open up again, everyone's still not really going to the restaurants, not really going to here, not really traveling. This is just for example purposes. I'm saying like everything just reopened back to normal all of a sudden, like a month later, and then everyone's still behaving as if very cautious, not going for social events, so on and so forth. Obviously, revenues for all of those different industries will be going down. Then I guess that's when you'd really see catastrophe. if that's the word.
Well, to be honest, if people don't have money, though, where are they going? Because it's 30 and under that spends most of the money, anyways. Yeah, if they're the ones losing the jobs, then we ain't got nowhere. What, they're gonna be spending government peas at what, the Shard? Yeah, no, I'm gonna speak. No, no.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm saying because obviously it's a whole cycle thing. So if things are open, then people have jobs. If things are still closed, people won't have jobs. So that's what I'm saying. Things will open back up. Some people will get their jobs back, whatever percentage that is. If the case is okay, those people got their jobs back, but the company can't really operate because people aren't really using the company services, then it's...
Well, this is the problem, though. For the first maybe 2 months after reopening, people won't have money.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. So it's like...
It's like... And then for the first 2 months, everybody's reapplying again.
Yeah. So it's
like... And then one, really. If they're reapplying for the first month, they're probably going to miss the cutoff point for that month anyways. So nobody will see money for 2 months anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the government will cover that if that happens, because I know when you're on universal credit, they cover you based on your months. If you work for a month but missed the cutoff point, you would still get something from the government anyways.
Yep.
At the end of the month, but like £300 ain't gonna get niggas in the club anyway. So it's like it'll be interesting to just see how people
they want to show how much money they have.
Because you know what's funny, you talk to all your friends that are at home not really working, and the first thing, when them lockdowns over, popping bottles in the club. But I don't think anybody actually sat there and went, oh wait, I'm not even gonna have money when it's fucking over anyways.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with one of my homeboys the other day. He used to work at he was working at some, I can't remember the restaurant was called, but he used to work at a restaurant. The guy hasn't been earning money now since mid-March. Like they shut as early as the Apple store. You know when I told the Apple store was shut? Early March. Yeah. He hasn't been working since them times. So imagine, he didn't even get an end of month check last month. He's not even gonna get a check this month. So he's talking about popping bottles when lockdown's over. The only thing he's popping is a bottle of water.
Yo.
He's popping nothing.
He's popping his card out the ATM with the beeps.
Yeah, I mean,
that guy from Crater, remember? The Deliveroo.
He was emotional.
I think we had told the story on that podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Might as well say anyways, because Kayasha, Joe, tell the story.
Hey, Kayasha, listen to this. Yeah, so basically, it was me and Sharif. We were walking through Croydon Town Centre back to the crib. Yeah, and then we were walking past this HSBC. There was this dude on a Deliveroo bike and his backpack and all that, and it was at the ATM. Yeah, and then me and Sharif, we heard those like beeps going on the ATM in it. So then I looked over to look, what's going on? And then and I looked at him for like 2 seconds, and then carried on walking. And then all of a sudden, I hear him in the background. He's like, "Get your money up, don't watch, man." And it was like, live your life, get your money up, huh?
What?
And then me and Sharif looked at each other. I was like, I know he wasn't talking to me, though.
Yo.
It's embarrassing though. You try to take cut money.
Yeah, man. Just because you got declined from withdrawing £10 for a lie.
But you know what's crazy? It's bad. It's mad. He didn't even check how much he had, or at least checked his phone.
Yeah.
He's a Deliveroo driver. He should be able to check his phone because you need to have sat nav, no?
Yeah.
I would have, because even me, when I was on job seekers, bro, I was checking the app I never went to. Hey, listen, even if I wasn't sure, I'd be like this.
Yeah, them ones.
When I'm broke, I'm always listen. I always say it when you're broke, your online banking app is more active than a rich man's because you're checking it every minute to check if you got money. You're not even sending money, fam.
Yeah, and if you're broke for an extended period, that habit sticks with you. Like even now, I'm still every day. I'm still like, okay.
I check it. I check it every day, though.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'll just be sitting there watching a movie, and I'd be like, "Oh, let me just open my bank real quick."
Trust me, bro. That sticks with you, man. That sticks with you.
Yeah, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
A mad thing.
I wanted to also see. Yeah, you see how obviously this coronavirus is having an effect.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you think housing it will be a change in prices now within the housing community. Obviously, with a lot of landlords losing money, and potentially when everything gets back to normal, chasing a lot of money. Do you think prices will go up? Because there's been a lot of people talking about, prices are gonna go down now, and I'm thinking, would it go down? No, really? Would it go
up? I don't think go up because then they're only setting themselves up for failure at that point. Yeah, if they can't get the rents now at whatever price they're at, raising them won't help.
But I mean like places that haven't been sold.
Oh, nah, they'll either stay the same or drop down because prices are really dictated by demand versus supply. So if there's a huge supply and not a lot of demand, then that's when prices go down. By however much. Same thing that happened in 2008. A lot of people started defaulting on their mortgage payments, so they had to sell their houses. And when you have a lot of people
the recession, at the same time, right? You're talking about the recession, right?
Yeah. If you have a lot of people doing that at the same time, and there's not enough people out there to buy, or even in positions to buy, then guess what? The prices start tumbling down, and that's literally the essence of the crash back in 2008. But yeah, so that might be the same thing that might happen again. These people who have these private landlords, they can't keep up with their mortgage payments. Then you might see a lot of them go up for sale. People won't be able to buy them, so the prices will go down. It might even have a knock-on effect on the people that actually keep their houses, lowering the prices of the rent. So,
yeah, that's true.
Because the interest rate on the banks have already gone down anyway. So
yeah.
The more
well, I think interest rates on anything has gone down. Loans, and everything, because people know they can't even chase. What's the point? If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Even if you are working, all you got to do is say, coronavirus ain't working. Leave you anything. I don't know about finessing that right now. But I don't see the point because they're just going to want the money back at a later date. So essentially, not paying now is taking a loan.
Yeah, it also pings up on your credit file as well.
What?
Yeah.
Even during the Rona?
If you opt for a payment deferral, it still pops up. Obviously, it's less of an impact than actually like missing the payment unarranged, but it still pings up on your credit.
Right, that's sneaky.
Yeah. So that's why you have a lot of homeowners. That's why I have a lot of homeowners that are reluctant to opt in for payment deferrals because in the future, if they want to like refinance a product of theirs or remortgage the house, then they're gonna be like, I see you asked for help back in the day, so what's happening here?
Yeah. All right, send them on.
the real question is,
yeah,
do you think this is exposing how bad people are with money, or is just an unfortunate situation? Well,
no, we're bad with money.
Because I've heard, I've heard some people say, this, the whole problem of people all of a sudden not having money, sort of shows, people are bad with money, or.
Well, the problem is that people live check to check; they don't save.
Yeah. You think people are over leveraging themselves too? Like obviously, it's easy for you to have, car finance here, pay for this monthly, da da da, when everything's normal. But obviously, if you don't take into consideration events like this, or like, say for instance, you have an injury, and I took out a life insurance policy that would cover me in the case of me getting injured or whatever. But obviously, for the normal person, the last thing you're thinking about is life insurance. But
yeah.
So it's like, do you think people are over leveraging themselves, like buying or financing too much stuff without really thinking, oh, wait a second?
Yeah, I do, because at the end of the day, people live by, I'm gonna get paid on this day every month, and people don't think beyond that. And because people don't really think beyond that, they're not thinking about injuries, circumstances. I was having a conversation with some girl on Snapchat the other day. She put a little post up, and it was like, at the age of 25, how much money should you have in your savings? And there was a lot of answers coming. Somebody put 18, and this was the funny ones. They said between 12 to 18K is if you're a drug dealer, and that was actually that. Yeah, and then a girl goes, for a normal 25-year-old, it's around about 1K to 2K, and I sat there and went,
what?
Why so little money? Like, you're gonna put £20 in a month for something for 7 years? Because you can start getting paid at 18. So essentially, for 7 years, £20 a month. What, 1K? Yeah, 1 to 2. I think 5K was like the maximum that you should have at 25 years old.
5K is all right.
I guess it depends on the job you're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what made me, what I realized from when I was chatting to this girl was, we live check to check, and we also spend kind of weird. You look at back in the day, people's dreams were, our parents, should I say, our parents' generation. Their dreams was big house, good job.
Yeah.
Our dream is nice things. It's not necessarily
material things.
Yeah, like especially if you're doing music, I'm not even gonna. A lot of people like to live up to this musical persona. I'm not even gonna say the names, but I'm sure
you'd be surprised how many Mercedes and Range Rovers are parked outside council flats.
Yeah, and you even got to say names, but we all know people that working in like Sainsbury's or struggling here and there, but they got some Gucci flip flops on their feet. And you're just like, what? Gucci flip flops, nigga? What, you spent £3 on that? You get 1,500 a month. You could have got, and you spent 300 on that.
Yeah.
You get me? So
get your priorities straight, man.
So it's like, and obviously holidays are good, but some people go over and beyond, start taking out loans as well. Remember, loans is a big issue within under 30s as well. We keep taking out loans. If you can't afford this, let's get this loan. If you're going, people take loans to go on holiday.
Yeah, that's kind of.
So that they can, and then obviously that puts.
I understand paying for it on a credit card because you might get like rewards and stuff, but a loan.
A loan
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy.
You had a chance to stay away from a loan. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, then pay.
I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson using a loan, trying to fix my car using a loan. That's not the one, man.
How much did you borrow?
It's not the one. Wait, the audio cut out a bit. Let me. flipping headphones, man.
What? We can hear you, fam.
1 second. All right, we're back.
Nah, I was saying, how much did you borrow?
Oh, it was I think it was 115. Because at the time, so I needed to fix the car. I had a flipping parking ticket. Basically, it was just a whole mess. And at the time, I didn't, because I was working in hospitality agency, and it must have been one of those quiet months. So I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to loan this month, and then it ended up becoming mad problems down the line. Like I've only just recently.
But you fall behind in that.
Yeah, of course, defaulted on the whole thing, man. It's only
so that's
the
why...
past. It's only in the past year that I've like recovered from that now. So, you know.
Well, credit-wise as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, my credit score is still a bit bad from them times, but you know, we out here improving. You know.
It's not as bad as mine though. Fucking hell. Mine's pew.
Well, at least you still have an Amex. I can't even get one of them dead Aqua cards right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I had it before it was bad.
Lucky you.
I'm lucky I got it. I'm lucky I got it early.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah, I'm so lucky I got it early.
For me, getting accepted by American Express is a bucket list item at this point. Like,
American bucket list.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Bucket list.
But yeah. So even like that, like, even like I try to minimize all my monthlies. Because you knew I was paying for a storage unit to keep my stuff in. I cancelled that time ago, so all my stuff is in like suitcases and stuff in the house. My phone bill, I don't do pay monthly anymore. It's pay as you go. I was just tired
but
of.
Isn't that hurting your credit though?
Oh, my credit couldn't have gone any lower, so I was like, yo, might as well just take all that out. Obviously, you'd sort out any defaults or whatever I have, and then worry about building credit later on, innit? You know what I mean? I don't, and it came down to this. I was like, what do I really, at this moment in time, what do I really need credit for, other than if I wanted to get a mortgage in the future? What do I really need credit for? Do I really need
do you need credit to? Oh no, you don't. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
to build it, yeah. But the only reason why I would build it is for the mortgage.
Yeah.
Do I really need credit day to day? No. If I can't afford something, why am I gonna go out of my way to get that thing? Why?
Yeah.
Really and truly, why? To impress a don that I don't really like? No, I lie. To impress a girl that won't even give me a chance, bro. I lie. Not a dickhead. You know what I mean? Like, I had to really break it down. Like, I don't really.
The financing a car is kind of moist. I'd rather just cop it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, just cop a quick cheap things, the minor. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, yeah, we are definitely bad with money, man. But even rappers, you know, I remember when Prince Montana came out and said that you're gonna find out all these rappers are broke because they spend it all. And now that they're not doing no more shows, what are they saying? And I thought that was interesting because, you know, you're seeing people like Casanova out here trying to finesse man for fucking mixtape for 6 months.
Oh, I talk about it.
You want to talk about it? Well, Casanova the rapper, allegedly,
said I was
the hottest in the streets, slid in my DMs.
Yeah.
And Casanova wanted me to jump. Okay, actually, you know Casanova, right? The rapper.
Casanova.
He's an American rapper. But anyway, I'll tell you the story anyways. But yeah, so Casanova obviously was doing a little competition thing for mixtapes. So if you want to be on my mixtape. So then I was like, all right, cool, send them more. So I hit him up, and then he responds back to me, say, hey, this is Casanova, blah, 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 blah. I like your music. You know, I want to help you grow. You know, I have an idea for you. Blah blah blah. And obviously, the whole point of this kind of being on the mixtape thing is you can get £100,000 contract signed and be on the label. Blah blah blah. I know the winner gets to have a song with him, so you know you'll be featured on one of his tracks, innit?
Yeah.
But then obviously, if he likes you, then he'll sign you for 100 grand. But you know, that's not what you win. But anyway, you win a feature. So anyway, he hits me up after I hit him up to say I'm down. He says he fucks with my music, and he gives me his assistant's number. I then message the assistant like, yo, blah 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 blah. This is Firahs on Instagram. Casanova said, you know, he has an idea for me about a song. So I'm thinking it's about a song. You know what I'm saying? He says I had an idea for you. So I'm thinking it's about a song. They sent me a message. I might as well read it. Since we're here.
Yeah.
And the guy WhatsApped me just 2 days ago for some dumb reason, so it's not gonna be hard to find. Yeah, here you go. So he put, Cass likes your music and is putting together a mixtape to showcase unsigned artists' talent and to give them exposure. Your best song will be placed on this mixtape that consists of 20 slots. 8 are already taken. He is going to post it on his page. He's gonna @ you, put the link in his bio, and swipe ups will be used as well. And it'll be put on SoundCloud. Each lot is $600. If you are interested, call this number. And obviously he gave a number for you to ring. Now we did the first thing I did, I hit up Joe. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of feeling himself for a couple of minutes. That's like Casanova. We're talking 100 racks. Get me? Yeah. But then there's 6 bills to be on a mixtape. So I'm like, I started kind of sweating now because I'm like, it's quarantine. There's no presenting jobs for this side of the streets. I ain't making no checks right now. Yeah. So Joe does his little research.
As I do.
He checked everything. We found out that I think one of the guys, the most streamed was at 9,000. People get 200. Plays, whatever, which isn't bad. Listen, I'm not discrediting the plays, but remember, $600, yeah, in pound that's maybe $550, so £550, $600. Remember the money you're paying for 9,000 plays. Yeah, not even on YouTube. Yeah. And then we went to check out the guy with 9,000 plays streams. The guy had less than 1,000, so take it as all of his songs was less than 1,000, which nobody cared. Really? You go check his Instagram. The geezer that had 9,000 plays had like 200 followers. So I don't know what kind of promo Casanova was doing, fam. But with like 2 million, 3 million followers, it don't look anybody even checked it. You get me? It might have just been a couple of man them on SoundCloud seeing. He posted it. They might have liked it. Look at one comment here, but they're like, yeah, we don't care about your artist, bro. This ain't Drake. You get me? Yeah. And to make it even clear, he makes up to just under 14,000 per mixtape. That's a show. So great money move for the quarantine session.
And he's 3 mixtapes in too.
3 mixtapes in too, yeah. So he's made just under 50,000. Like, it's not really giving exposure. I think what he's doing is a good idea. Yeah. I do think it's just a money plot. As soon as I told them, look, man. Because they called me again and they were like, Casanova really wants you on the mixtape. They even told me the songs they wanted. They wanted 2 of my songs. It was African Queen and a new joint called Gone, coming out soon, by the way, guys. Shooting a video on the 6th.
Tomorrow.
So
tomorrow.
I have to say the 6th, innit?
Yeah, when we're
So they did their research. They actually did their research. They knew what songs they wanted. So I'm looking at that. If Casanova really likes my music, if I'm telling you, bro, 6 bills, I can't really afford that right now. What's up? If you're really about supporting talent, money shouldn't be in the equation. They wanted money, fam. They didn't care about the talent. They cared about the checks, fam. You get me? Luckily, I'm not a Casanova fan, innit? So I didn't take it to heart. I ain't gonna lie. If someone like Drake try to do me like that, it might be a diss track, you know. I'm gonna be like, what? You got 300 million? You want me to pay 6 bills for a mixtape? Fuck off.
You're mad crazy.
But like, I get it. To be fair, it's all about money now. Like, I've been hearing stories about people owing money, and People are fighting for it now, you know. They might have been like, listen, it's going to take me 6 months. Now that it's quarantine, they want it now. They want you to sell your TV. But
mad.
Why do you think people are bad with money? I know it's social media. I know people talk about it not being taught in schools. Do we really need to have... Because I got taught about money in school. I took business.
Yep.
So I learned about money.
Yeah.
I understand a bit about money. Obviously, business doesn't get... Business is more of a wide range, but it kind of teaches you how what finances is, what you can put money into businesses, and it gives you a little bit. You know, you might learn a little, not a lot, but
it gives you enough. Yeah,
it gives you a little bit. It gives you enough for you to be like, okay, cool. I don't really want to take a business loan because now I understand why I shouldn't take a business loan. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this is the conversation we always have, that people don't learn about money until they've either one fucked up really hard, like me and you.
Yeah.
Or until they get to like their 30s, 40s and really understand it. Because you can somehow just survive check to check and then realize by 40, oh shit, I should really have life insurance or pensions and all of this. People don't realize that till very late in their careers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was talking to my mum most recently. Got I can't remember if it's like a life insurance thing or a will, but you know, if I die, she has like £200,000. She only started like 3 weeks ago. She didn't even know about it. I thought she knew. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting here going, "What? You've never done it?" Obviously, she came from a different country. Africa is different, so I'm gonna allow it. But I'm talking for our generation. There's gonna be billions of hers.
Oh, for facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because we learn as we go. That's the problem. Nobody learns in school unless somebody comes up to you and just tells you, "Oh, you managed to get a life insurance, bro. Listen, I got that shit done." You probably don't even have that conversation, especially niggas. Let's be real. Us Africans, us men, we don't discuss life. We don't even discuss finances like that. Unless we're really on the up, we don't even want to talk about it. Like you man didn't even know I was on a job seekers until the podcast. Like that, I ain't gonna tell you. You think I'm gonna be like, yo, Joe, listen, I broke this, man. What's up, man? Yo, man, that job seeker they came in, you know? I ain't gonna tell you that. Come on, bro. So it's like, do you think it needs to be put in the curriculum? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, especially if it comes to, it doesn't even have to be on a business sense. Just simple things like,
so like its own
taxes.
subject, so call it so I don't know, have a subject called maths and finances. That's an example. Can you believe maths doesn't even do that?
Yeah.
That's strange, isn't it?
The only thing we've covered in maths in terms of like personal finances is compound interest. That's it.
Whack. Ain't nobody cares about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like
no one cares. There's no, you know what? It would be cool to have like tasks in school where they'll give you like fake money
budgeting,
or whatever,
budgeting, yeah.
And then you can, and then it almost like your exam can be based on paying bills. So it'd be like, you have 100 grand.
Yeah.
You gotta pay this, and still do this. How would you budget? That'd be you know what? That's a problem solving. I'd find that lit.
Yeah.
Even just as like a little
like
test
a life
thing.
Skills type thing.
Yeah, like a lifestyle exam. I can't believe that doesn't exist. Because you know.
Yeah,
this is why you get rappers, especially this is why you get people that go rich going broke, because they just see a lot of money and have no clue what to do with it. So they're just like, let me just get this. You ain't even taught them how to spend money, how to invest it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
next thing they know, HMRC is knocking on their door like, hey, you ain't paid the tax on the thing. So what's up?
And you'll be surprised how many people still don't understand that property is a W.
Yeah.
Still. People don't even know property is a W. People be looking at, what's the point of me buying that 2-3 houses? I'm going to live in all 3 of them.
Yeah.
They're not even renting it; they're just buying it. So Yeah, I think a financial maths and finance, whatever you want to call it, should be a subject
Mm.
or like a life skill, something
Yeah,
like
you're right,
like how we used to
definitely.
do like PSHE when you had like the little religion shit that no one cared about. Just slap that in there instead of science.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
um, or sex education. Now we have sex education because that's essentially what money and finance, what the finance is those little light skin. If you're doing sex
Yeah.
education,
Mhm.
if you're doing the community PSHU, learning about all religions, I'm hearing they're going to bring in LGBTQ. Why
Mhm.
aren't they bringing in finances? That needs to be one of the other things they bring in.
Mm.
It only makes sense rather than watching people failing at 25 years old and bankrupt. Like, people
Mm.
bankrupt from early. Half of these men that are homeless as well used to have money. They just didn't know what they were doing,
That's
so they
true.
became
That is true, man.
homeless.
That is true, man.
A
That is
lot of
true.
these men weren't just homeless because they're dumb and taking drugs. They ended
Yeah.
up homeless and then took drugs and everything else.
Yeah,
They had
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
else
yeah,
to
Mad.
yeah,
do.
yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, it's interesting, man, being a kid and shit,
Mm.
and learning about finances. But
Mm.
yeah, shout out to all you kids that do know what you're doing, and if you don't know what you're doing, unfortunately, all you have is YouTube and some Google researchers because nobody cares like that
Yep.
apparently in this government.
Mm.
Yeah. Or in the world, really. Not like anyone does it. No one does it. No one teaches you
Yeah,
supplying and finances. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, man. I guess we'll end the podcast here.
Europe.
Or do you want to keep?
I mean, what?
Because
You
we're
had
gonna.
any other topics or was that it?
Well, my last topic was a bit more coronavirus inspired. Um. So,
Which was
I'm gonna read it now.
The next topic is go to the Caribbean. Let's do that.
Yeah, I'm down.
yeah, set pace, man. Set pace, set pace, set pace, bruv.
So the NHS has a
Yep,
new app, which is a contact and tracing app,
yep,
and it will be first given to NHS staff on
yep.
Isle of Wight, then to the public on the island. The system sends data to the government servers so the NHS can directly contact patients. The centralized system developed by Apple and Google used in Europe keeps most data on person's phone. Um, Essentially, what the app
Mhm.
is well, basically, they will know exactly where you are
Yep,
if you have contracted COVID-19,
yep,
So,
um,
uh-huh.
or if you do have COVID-19,
yep.
or if
So,
you
so
used
what
to
if you
have
just have a flu?
COVID-19.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, what if you just
Huh?
have a flu? What if you just have a flu?
I mean, but then you wouldn't be given that app because you've had to have been to the hospital to get your login details and shit. It says here, health and council workers will be asked to download the software onto smartphone to see if it works. So they're testing it right now, and
Mhm.
if first can actually trace personal contacts via Bluetooth. But critics have questioned why the government had chosen to collect data of millions of people in one central system rather than spreading the risk
Mm.
using a decentralized model adopted in Germany, backed by tech giants Apple and Google.
Okay.
So they show us a picture of how it worked. Let me look at this. So how the NHS COVID tracking apps work. So the app will use Bluetooth to keep track of other phones it comes into contact with.
Yep,
It will not track locations there. So fam, listen, if us three are chilling together
yep.
and our Bluetooth is on, they can track us.
Well, let
If
me tell you
someone
what, I get in
develops,
that app.
so
They will
basically,
track
if
me down,
if
man.
someone
Mad.
develops the symptoms, they will tell the app. So you tell the
Mm,
app, yes, man, I think I got the coronavirus.
mm.
Their symptoms and the anonymous IDs of all the phone users has come into contact with are sent to an NHS server. The app will issue the original person with symptoms instructions on how to get a test as soon as possible. So they'll be in order to test. They can do the test through the app, right?
Yep,
The NHS will analyze the data sent by the original surfer using what is called a complex algorithm. It will then alert app users who have been in significant contact with the original person with symptoms. They will issue a link that tells them how to get tested. And then app users who have been in significant contact with the person with symptoms will be alerted through the app. They will be provided health advice, which may include self-isolation based on NHS assessment of their level of risk. Not everyone who has been in contact with alerted based on NHS algorithm. This advice will be constantly modified by doctors. If a hospital of a new case is emerging, the users will be advised to take more urgent action. Everyone who reports symptoms will also be asked to record recent contact using an online service. Through a telephone interview. The NHS team of contact tracers will then individually contact everyone who has been in contact with the surfer. Okay, cool. So you have to. So basically, if you claim to have got anything or got the symptoms, you have to tell them exactly who you've spoken to as well. So they want to know everybody you've spoken to, so they'll contact all your homies, all your family members. I'm guessing in this case because they think you're isolating, it should pretty much only be your family, but. In cases like these, I'm guessing they're doing this because they know. What do you guys think about the NHS bringing up the app? Let's not even say the NHS, the government, because they will have all your personal data anyways via Bluetooth. I'm guessing this is to stop people from queuing at hospitals, so I get it. I guess it's saving money for the government as well, so I get it. Is it lazy though? Because essentially what they're saying is, all right, cool, you know what? You don't even need to come to have a test. Just tell us you have the symptoms and we'll make you isolate.
Because they did a similar sort of approach in South Korea and obviously in China as well, where they would backtrace all the contact you've had with different people, depending on whether you've tested positive or not.
Yeah,
and it's pretty much the exact same thing, except that they're recording everything digitally, which I mean, whatever. Like I said, privacy died a long time ago, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm turning off my Bluetooth right now, to be
I really couldn't care less, man. They could Google me or find my stuff anyways, bro. I really don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really comes down to obviously they said. Every entity is tracked as an anonymous ID. Of course, if you're more computer savvy, you would understand what is actually being recorded on your phone or not. But of course,
apparently it's only personal like ID. So basically like your name, address. Essentially what your phone contract details is basically what they will have access to. So your age, your name, your address. They won't have like your phone calls, all that bullshit. Nah, they won't have that. That's why you have to physically tell them who you've communicated with, because if they really had all your texts, they wouldn't even need you to tell. They can just go through your messages and find out if they wanted to. So essentially, they're only carrying your location and and basic personal information, which is what you probably don't care them having, because the government knows where you live anyways, and the government knows your full name and your age and your date of birth and where you're born and blah, blah, blah. Like those type of things they know anyway. So if you're crying about them knowing that, then I don't know.
I already have a medical ID on my phone anyway, so in case of emergency, you can press the emergency button, you see all my stuff anyways. That's a different topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in in order to defeat such a pandemic as we have now, you need data. So, however you go about getting that data, it's really,
Yeah, I don't know. I think the app is interesting. I know Germany does something similar, as well, which has been very successful. But they did it through Apple and Google. The government has decided to go against that and do their own thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see how it works.
Yep.
I'm not downloading the app
though. How it works, man. Yeah.
Well, I
can understand the concerns people may have, because it's like, okay, after all of this is done, what else are they gonna try and do?
I mean, I think it will be good for after the lockdown.
As in?
The app.
Oh, because people are moving around more after that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It makes sense for me then because
yeah,
I think it's more stressing the
I don't know.
football.
You might be at work. You might be feeling real ill. It might be a lot worse than what your normal illness would be.
yeah, definitely,
You
yeah.
just hit the phone up. Boom, got the symptoms. Who you spoken to? Boom, 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 boom. What should I do? Isolate. Boom. You go home. You go to your manager. Boom. All right, cool. Bounce. You get me? So
Them sound effects though.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
in that sense, it makes sense.
Mm.
I think in this pandemic, though, I just think you should just go to the fucking hospital. I don't think you should just be like, I think I have the Rona. What should
Mm.
I do? Let me, and then they call you about it. Like what? Nah, go to hospital. Like, can you imagine them? Because
Yeah.
if you think you have it, you don't even know you have it. So not everybody is gonna act like they have it.
Mm.
So people are still gonna go into some contact. They're gonna have to get advice from someone. They
Yep.
might go to their mum if they're a child. They might go to to the family members.
Yeah.
Grandmothers if if they're living with the grandparents. Whoo,
Yeah.
that's a big one.
Oh,
That man there might catch it.
for
So
sure.
it's like this whole app thing. I don't think now is the time to be bringing out an app just to minimize the people at the hospital. Fine, keep them at the hospital. That's what they're. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's meant to be there for. Obviously, yes, I understand the people at the front line, staff might not be popping like that.
Mm.
We all know the difficulties surrounding that, but I don't know. You just kind of have to put them in the hospital. I mean, I don't see the point of having a guy running around the park
Mm.
thinking he just got a little cold, but he's going
Mm.
to be jogging around the park, jogging past hella man, maybe spotting one of his bedrooms that he meets at the park because he thinks he has it. Nah, 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 nah. Forget the app, man. Just go to the hospital. You know Go
Exactly.
just book the appointment, get checked, find out you got it, and then deal with it. Because essentially, that's what you need to
Exactly.
be doing. That's the whole
These
point
people
of the
just want to
lockdown.
spy on you more. Yeah, these people just want to spy on you more with them apps, man.
Yeah, man.
You
And
know,
the
they
whole
already
point of
have
the
the phone.
lockdown.
That's doing enough of it already.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man.
I mean,
Exactly, man. Anything you want to add, Joe? Are you cool?
Blame the 5G in it.
Lucha, we need to get Lucha Rich on this shit.
let's cut them down. Where's your machetes?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get Lucha Rich on the joint.
I said.
Also, I'm trying to get. Oh, hey, listen, I got a sick pyramid scheme story here, but I'm gonna save it for a pyramid scheme topic.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Somebody got. But I'll tell you.
Was direct or someone else?
Nah.
Oh, someone else.
Remember my cousin's thing?
Oh.
I don't know.
We're not doing a podcast though. I'm gonna try and do like a pyramid scheme episode. Get her on there. Get a couple of niggas on there.
Okay. When are we gonna do that then?
I can try to sort it out for this week because I know 2-3 people that are doing it. Jericho and that, so it's alright.
Yeah. That's like my favorite.
I'll try to do it for this. Yeah. Hey, listen, you know the promo that'll be lit, you know. Hey, listen, what am I talking about? Like, we ain't got to end the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank everybody for jumping into the podcast. I appreciate everybody that's been here. Big shout out to Kate Asher for coming down on here as well. Kate Asher, man, tell everybody where they can find you. What's the social media, Instagram, all that?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, our tunes are on YouTube as well. When you're looking for me as well, you could go through like Keshka Made and you get me there. And we on Spotify, yeah man, all those crazy mad music apps. Right there.
My guy gave you no links, no
all the links.
Right, listen, his apps are gonna be in the description below.
If
you didn't want to tell you the name.
You know what I mean?
And then make sure you go check out Welcome the Family, Take Time, and TikTok out right now. Also, with TikTok, if you want to do a TikTok video, put a little TikTok spin on it, do your goddamn thing. And this has been your boy Firahs.
Joe MK.
with K Usher, and we'll catch you back here for the next episode. We out here. He ain't gonna remember that.
Yeah, I remember that one.